Hi my fellow weirdos, it's Ariel, and today I wanted to do a bit of a thrift haul since I know it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these, and I've picked up quite a few things in the past few days. So I want to do that and also kind of talk about my disillusionment, I guess, with buying new clothes as compared to thrifting, because like I made several purchases of like brand new clothing recently that I ended up being super disappointed with. So I'm going to kind of talk about that. And as far as the thrifting stuff, I'm going to kind of split it into books and then I guess like clothes, and I feel like it's just easier to do like the books first. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Again, as with all my videos, this will probably be kind of chatty since this is kind of one of the ways that I get socialization, I guess, because we all know I barely leave my house. So yeah, if that bothers you, I suggest exiting, and if it doesn't, I hope that you stay and enjoy my company, I guess. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the books first. Although your girl has been unable to read for probably, well, I say read properly, which my normal before I started school again and hit burnout was like, you know, 150 to almost 175 books a year. So I'm definitely not typical in that regard by any means, but it has been really annoying me that I just feel like I just can't and don't have the interest in reading lately, which really sucks because that's what my entire channel is about. And I could sit here and talk about how I feel like being able to do booktube like before I knew I was autistic, I feel like that literally saved my life and gave me an outlet for what I didn't even know was my special interest, probably like since I was a very, very young child. I think I was like hyperlexic, and all I wanted to do was kind of read. It didn't matter if we were on vacation, it didn't matter what else was going on, I just wanted to be left alone to read. And so that's always kind of been an obsession for me, and I started to realize that that was probably a special interest, like when I started suspecting that I was autistic. But having that outlet when I had nowhere else in real life to talk about my interests and no one who was as deep into reading as I was, I think that literally like saved my life and gave me a place to like be myself and like connect with other people, like similar to like Tumblr was for me even before that. And so I just want to thank all of you guys, if anyone is still watching that used to watch my book videos and, you know, reviews and stuff. Thank you so much. like you have no idea what that meant to me to have people actually care about what I was saying for once in my life. So I know this is a complete tangent, and as I said, tend to be kind of chatty and rambly, so forgive that, but I don't want to apologize for, you know, the traits of my neurodivergence. I'm trying to stop doing that and more so validate and accept myself, rather than feeling like I have to cut out every tangent or edit every thought that occurs to me. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the books. Actually, I'm gonna start with not a book, which is DVD of Pan's Labyrinth, which is, it's a really good movie. Adam made me watch this. I think he really likes it. So I was like, $1 for, you know, a brand new unscratched DVD copy. I'll take it, because I have a PS4 that I bought for my birthday one year, because when I left home, I kind of like lost all my consoles. Like I think I had like a GameCube and a Wii and things like that, and then I kind of fell out of gaming. Like I was a big Legend of Zelda fan, like a Nintendo fan in general, and so what I probably should have done was buy the Switch, but I bought the PS4 because I wanted that game with Norman Reedus. Like I forget the name of it, but I really, really wanted to play that game, and my boyfriend got it for me, and I was really excited. And then it turned out the game itself was awful. Like I think people make a lot of jokes about it being like a delivery, like you're literally like a mail delivery person for the majority of the game, and it was really not fun and so frustrating that like I didn't even like want the game, and I ended up like returning it. And when I returned it, it was really funny because the guys at Vintage Stock were like, "Oh, you didn't enjoy the mail simulator?" like they knew why I was getting rid of it. So it was just really unfortunate. Like I love that actor. Like I loved him in The Walking Dead, like back when I was obsessed with, really into The Walking Dead, back before it got really crappy and they like killed everyone that we cared about. But yeah, I really, really love his character. Like, I think he is so fine. Like, I'm sorry, he is so fine. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I was just really, really disappointed with that. So I think I used it to play Skyrim for a while, and then now it just sits there, and it also plays DVDs. So I'm like, I better at least get some like DVD use out of it, you know? Like I should probably give it to my brother, but I'm not sure how that would work since he still lives back in Missouri, and I don't think you can ship those type of things. But I think he would really appreciate it and get a lot more use out of it than I do, because honestly it just sits there, and I definitely feel bad about it. Like I definitely should have got a Switch instead if I was going to get anything, just because I knew I liked Nintendo games, but I wanted that game. I think I picked up a little Maya Angelou on a random run. This was like several months ago. I don't remember when, but yeah, always like her, always pick up poetry. Also got this a few weeks back, Mists of Avalon. I think it's like a King Arthur sort of retelling that focuses on the women and specifically like Morgana, Morgaine, whatever it is. I know this author is absolute garbage, apparently, like child molester or something, but I've heard a lot of good things about the book. So this other one, this was so coincidental because like I had checked out a bunch of books on goddesses and kind of witchy type stuff from the library because I was really like, I don't know that I'm like seriously into it, but I became like, if you guys have seen the poem I posted, like Witch's Brew on my channel, I became kind of obsessed with this idea of interpreting myself like as a witch. I think just because certain women throughout history have been kind of like demonized and told that they were witches, and simply for, you know, being different or deviating from the norm. And I think that concept of the occult can be really relatable to neurodivergent women. I was even starting a book that was like, you know, sort of a beginner's explanation to witchcraft, and in the very first chapter, I don't know if the author knew they were describing neurodivergence, but they definitely were. Like, she was describing sensory sensitivities, being overwhelmed by crowds and deeply affected by things. And I was like, holy shit, like, are all the people who identify as witches just like neurodivergent? I think this is also the case with a lot of Christians as well. It's a lot of very like spirituality, like I feel the Holy Spirit and God talked to me and blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's just like your intuition, or like sort of, I don't know, like I feel like I have a really good intuition and I never really like validated that about myself. But when I recently have started listening to that and following that and believing that over like what people have told me that I should think or feel, and following that, I feel like definitely leads me to more happiness than like listening to what other people say. And it's really interesting. I think autistic people have a good sense of intuition. And I also watched a video, anyways, I will link it, read a bunch of papers on autistic people and precognition, and that was really fascinating, because sometimes I do feel like I know what's going to happen like before it happens, and I don't know if that's just like sort of like pattern recognition, which we're supposedly really good at, or what exactly it is. But I feel like if you don't know that you're autistic or neurodivergent and you just get these leaps or just these feelings or just sort of something, and you don't know how else to explain it, something like religion or something like mysticism can be really, really appealing. And so I think it's fun and interesting to kind of like interpret yourself through those lenses. It's really fascinating. I will also link, there's someone I follow on Instagram who made a reel about autistic women being witches. And I've always said this, I have always said like, back in the day, I feel like I was that person that would have lived on the really weird lady that would have like lived on the outskirts of the town, and like people tolerated me for like my good advice or something. Like they would come to me when they needed something, but it was kind of like I lived apart, but like, you know, I would sort of like in exchange, like there would be things that I could do for them. And so that's kind of how I've always envisioned myself. So the leap from that to like thinking of yourself as a witch, I feel like it's like empowering in a way. That was kind of where I was at, long story short, long story long, with this book, which I got from the library, Goddesses in Every Woman. And this is an older edition of it that I happened to find when me and my boyfriend, we were looking for like a bigger travel bag, because we're gonna be going to Portland, Oregon soon. And so that's fun. That's in about a week, and I'm massively overdue for a vacation. So I'm really excited for that. I'm especially excited to thrift, although obviously we can't take a ton of stuff. Like we can check bags, so that's good. But yeah, so that's why I got this. It was the exact copy, and this is probably overdue. I have no idea. Those books have been sitting there. Like I said, I've been pretty much unable to read. I think I read a couple chapters of this, but it was interesting, and so I was glad that I found this, although it's a bit of an older edition, as you can see. Okay, then I also picked up Rebecca, and this is by Daphne du Maurier, I think is how you say it. Is it French? Don't know. This is a very like old copy. I think it's like Doubleday. But anyways, I'm fascinated because one of the books I was reading about feminism mentioned her and kind of just, I think maybe some like gender fuckery type things. And so the quote that I read from her about feeling like the boy in the box or something, that really fascinated me. So I was like, I want to check out this author. And I think I do have a collection where there's an abridged version of this, but I wanted the full version to be able to read. So this is cool. Still has the dust jacket. This little picture. Next one is a Philip K. Dick, and this one is The Man in the High Castle, which I guess won the Hugo. Don't know much about this. I don't feel like I've super loved any of the two Philip K. Dick books that I read before, but I know a lot of his things are like inspirations for movies and TV shows. Like people know, obviously, Blade Runner is based off of, you know, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I don't really personally like Blade Runner that much, but, you know, to each their own. And I think, honestly, he was quite an interesting figure himself and kind of a bit insane, and he was abusive towards his wife and different things. There might have been a video where I discussed Philip K. Dick at the time that I was reading him, so I'll link that. Next one, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. This one won the Hugo as well. Yeah, all these won the Hugo. I don't know if somebody was getting rid of their like sci-fi collection. I just really like this title, and honestly, sounds pretty interesting too, because I think I read the summary the other day. So as always, I stockpile sci-fi that I tell myself I'm going to read and then never do. But one of these days, I swear to God, one of these days, I will have the most fleshed out collection by the time I get around to reading all these type of classics. This one, more poetry, little Dover Thrift edition. This one's Yeats. I don't know if I know any Yeats poems, but I feel like they're quoted all the time. Is he the center? Things fall apart, the center will not hold. Is that him? Why do I feel like that's him? Next one, I was super hype about this. This is the first one I saw the other day. James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room, which I have not read, but look at this nice, a little paperback. Yes, we love that. This one, the Zelda Ocarina of Time. I think I used to have these little manga like back in the day. And yeah, again, I lost, you know, the books that I had when I got booted out of my house. So it's kind of cool to find this one again and have it. Again, more poetry. This one's Transformations by Anne Sexton, and I think this is like a 70s edition. Yeah, 71. So really, really cool. Love to find vintage and poetry especially. I don't know much about this poet, but I keep some of the poetry, like blogs that repost poetry. I've been seeing a lot of her poems and feel like I really liked them. So hopefully this will be up my alley. This one, I kind of made a mistake. Like I thought this was like some feminist stuff, but apparently I opened the first, I didn't look at like too deeply into it, and I realized it's like a Jesus thing, which is unfortunate. But some of the photos are really cool and sort of vintagey, and I'm thinking it might make good material for like collaging. I will link somebody that I follow on Insta that makes really cool collages. It's always something that I feel like I wanted to get into, and then, you know, once again, one of those things that you never really find time for, like the amount of things that I want to do and make, you guys, and then the amount of spoons and like energy and time that I have is just, I mean, what is happening here? Honestly, like some of these images I'm like, yes, we could definitely use this for something. But yeah, so that was a mistake, but it might have been like a, what is it, happy accident? What is it Bob Ross says? You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that is the books. Now, meet my little angel baby. Little ceramic angel. I was looking for something like this. My friend said that I should paint him like a cool color, like lime green or something. And I was like, that's a great idea, but why do I feel like I would screw it up? So I just kind of have a lot of these little things to decorate my bookshelf with. I think I picked up a cupcake like several months back, so that was cute. Okay, so now we're on to the clothes. And like I mentioned, me and Adam are going on a trip soon. We're probably going to the beach, so I needed a swimsuit. The problem with me getting a bikini is that I usually have to buy separate top and bottoms because my top is small and then my bottom is like large, so it's like I have to like mismatch them, and it really sucks. Like I just want a matching freaking bikini. So anyways, I found this one, and the top is cute, like a little spaghetti strap. The bottoms are like high-waisted, and I really liked this pattern, little like daisy flowers, and the color too. I think it's nice. I think it will. I tried it on, and I think it will look nice. And the bottoms barely fit me, so it's very high cut, which is nice. I think that was like $6 or $7, so it wasn't like some kind of insane deal, but I wasn't expecting to find it, and the fact that we randomly found it was cool. Then we've got some little tank tops. The one I'm wearing right now was thrifted. I think it was overpriced, $7, but I still bought it because it was so stretchy and comfy and not like super, super tight like a lot of like sports bras and stuff tend to be. Like the reason I'm dressed like this is because we're going to the gym later, and I'm also wearing workout pants that I found. They're really, really soft. They basically feel exactly like the Aerie leggings, which I bought even on sale, I think was like $40, and I wear those almost every week when we go to the gym. And these feel like almost exactly the same material, but I paid $4. I think it was Colorful Koala was the brand. So I Googled it, and I think their stuff tends to be much lower price point. So if you're looking for something that feels like that, or is really soft, or you have like sensory issues, like I do, because I kind of choose things based off their feel and quality of materials a lot of times. So you might want to look into that if you really like really soft leggings. So anyways, I did pick up a couple pair of workout pants, sort of legging type deals. Not very exciting. This one, I liked the color. I'm trying to incorporate more pink. These are just Tech Gear. High-waisted, I look for the ones with this big band around them and make sure that they aren't worn out in the crotch and that they're soft and fit me. And those are my 2 requirements. So that's cool. Workout gear can get really expensive. I mean, you can spend $30, $40 just on a sports bra, so I'm not doing that. This other pair I got is sort of very shiny. And this is, what is this? Old Navy Power Soft high-rise leggings in medium. I think, again, these were about $4. Now, these ones aren't as stretchy. They're kind of tight, and I think it's because of whatever the effect that they've put into this that makes it shiny. Like, I can get into them. They're not my favorite, but again, when I find high-waisted leggings at a decent price, I'm gonna buy them so that I have more options to work out in. Again, not very exciting, but just little cotton tank tops. This one is actually no brand, but I look for these. I look for this sort of like cut and style because I feel like it looks good on me. I like the fit. A lot of times I don't even have to have a bra on these. This one, similar material to the top I'm wearing now. I really like when it's ribbed, but just a little black crop top. So you can see I definitely have a style and, you know, material that I like to get. This one, I have several of these already, and I think these are from Target. I have this in blue and black as well. And so autistic love of sameness, I like to get, when I know I like something, I like to get it in, you know, maybe a lot of different varieties, and because it's something I already know I like. And I think Goodwill gets the things that don't sell on the Target clearance rack. I think they all go to Goodwill because I will see multiples of something, and a lot of times they still have the tags, and sometimes it will be more expensive than it would be to just buy it off the Target website, which is stupid. But this one I think was like $3, and I don't know that this color really does me any favors, but still got it anyway. Next thing I picked up, this was just random, but this is like a pair of high-waisted cotton/linen shorts in white. It's really hard to find white linen or white things in general at the thrift store here because I live in Phoenix and it's very hot, and so people go for the white stuff naturally, as you would. I think those could go really nicely with this other pickup that I made, which this is a men's shirt, so I have been looking in the men's section, but this is also really nice linen, and it's this brand, extra large, as just a cover up for stuff when it's hot, but I don't want to have everything hanging out. And so yeah, this was a nice find. I think it was like $7 or $8, but linen stuff is really expensive. So yeah, I think that could be cute either with those shorts, or I also picked up these. They've got a stretchy waistband, and these just barely fit my hips too, but they've got these like bell bottoms, and see those little cutouts. They're quite dramatic, giving like resort wear, I feel like. But I believe these are kind of some sort of vintage brand. And honestly, I'm feeling like these are gonna be see-through. Like the problem with a lot of white pants and stuff is I feel like you can't wear underwear, or you have to wear like flesh-toned underwear or something. But yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a look whenever I do get around to it. Next thing is I just pick up cotton leggings because I like to sleep in these and be comfy, and they're cheap. I try to get them as new as possible if I can. This is Old Navy large, but yeah, just black polka dots. I will buy pretty much whatever's there because I use the shit out of leggings. I was not looking for a bathrobe, but I don't really have one. And this one, it's that material that I love, very soft and plush. I don't know what it's called still. It's 14th and Union. I think it's a Nordstrom brand, and it's large, and it was in this color, and it was $4. So I was like, why the hell not? Can't resist. So it's already been washed, and it's so soft. I love this material, guys. I cannot get enough. Like, I have a problem with this material. Honestly, it's so nice. With the color and the material and the price, I could not pass that up. Okay, and then I've got, which is stupid because again, I live in a desert, but I cannot pass this up. It is this Old Navy, very long sort of pea coat with these amazing buttons. Shoulders are very structured. Color, again, I've been wanting to add more color. And I also don't expect that we will live in Arizona forever. Like, I'm anticipating that eventually we will move again and I will have the opportunity to wear all my coats and jackets and stuff. But honestly, with my coats and jackets and outerwear, I tend to keep those for years upon years, like literally until something wears out. So I don't feel too bad about it. I think this was $8, and I was trying it on in the mirror and it looked Oh, it looked so good. It looked so classy. And literally, as I was trying it on, a lady walked by and she was like, it looks good on you. And I was like, oh, you like? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I might get it. Because I mean, once I saw it in the mirror, I was like, this is like tailored to my body, I swear to God. But yeah, I love peacoats. I love these big buttons. I got a brown one a while back that was sort of a short one, so I feel like having options is really nice because this one's quite a bit longer, like trench coat length. Now this one, I've been looking for one of these sort of pleated skirts for a long time, but the problem is a lot of them are, number one, very, very short. So short that, you know, my cheeks will be hanging out unless I put something under it. Number two, a lot of them look very, very costumey and cheap, and that's because they are. So I've been on the hunt for one of these nicer ones for, I don't know, probably over a year now, a couple of years maybe. And I stumbled across this one. This one is Calvin Klein, size 8. It fits me, it's quite roomy. It's got a zip, buttons. It's very crisp. I didn't realize until I got home that it was dry clean only, so that's unfortunate, but it's also, as you can see, it's also long enough to where I feel like my cheeks aren't out, and I feel like this would look really cute with like some fishnets and some boots and a little crop top or something. So I'm really looking forward to making an outfit with that. I wasn't expecting to find it, and it was kind of overpriced. I think it was like $12. I mean, keep in mind, I always have the 20% off coupon, but I was willing to pay that because I had been looking for so long, and it's so hard to find one of these that fits to my waist comfortably and is long enough to cover everything. Because believe it or not, I don't want to be flashing random people when I go outside and constantly feeling like I have to tug my skirt down and check where the length is. Like, that's just super irritating to me. So again, $4 seems to be the magic number, but this is kind of giving, like, do you guys remember when the Juicy track suits were popular? I've also been looking for this like brownish color more, but anyways, this is kind of 90s athletic wear, I believe, which is one of the reasons that I got it. But again, it's also super, super soft. Ooh, look at that lint. So I need to lint roll it, but I might actually wear this today. It fits pretty tightly, kind of like a shirt, almost. You couldn't really put your hands in these pockets, but I thought it was cute. Not really something I was looking for, but I was like, hey, if the opportunity presents itself, then it presents itself. And yeah, look how cute that is. I feel like zipped up, it's even cuter. Okay, I'm gonna destroy the microphone, but as you can see, cute. I feel like it's giving like mom running errands or something, but I am 30 now, so I'm not bothered. Although I will never be a mom if I can help it. Okay, so that is all the stuff that I picked up thrifting, and now I'm gonna kind of talk about the new pieces of clothing that I bought and was disappointed with. The first one I will start with is this hoodie that I got from Godmachine, and I got it, it says fuck right there on the front, which is funny. And I got it because of the color and also the print on the back, which never been a big fan of skulls, but I really liked this particular print. And this was very expensive. I think it cost me $80 after shipping, but keep in mind I also bought a small art print, which I think may have been like 15 to 20. Was very excited about this, loved it at first, wore it probably nonstop for the first couple months that I had it. And then on maybe its second or third wash, I started to see literal seams unraveling. Poor quality / construction. Because I've loved hoodies all my life. I've had a lot of hoodies and I've never seen one come apart this fast after this few of washes. And I did email the company the other day because I was going to leave like a mid type review since I did love it so much at first, and they were like, well, we can offer you a 50% refund and a 10% off on your next order. And I was like, well, the quality was so poor, I don't know why I would reorder from you guys, and the shipping was so expensive because I think it's like Canada or something. And I was literally like, I feel like I've had less expensive hoodies that have lasted longer than this one. And yeah, so I mean, 50% refund, it's better than nothing. I wasn't really expecting them to do anything about it. Ideally, I feel like they should have replaced it and sent me a new one, but I knew they weren't going to do that because their product is so expensive. I mean, I've had this Aesop Rock one that I probably paid like, I don't know, 60 for. I was willing to pay a bit more to support one of my favorite artists, but this one has held up amazingly. There's no seams falling apart. I feel like his merch, the t-shirt that I got from him as well, has held up very, very good. Probably had that for at least a year, probably longer. But yeah, no seams coming out. I've washed this dozens, many a times, and so that was just disappointing to pay, you know, that amount for a hoodie that pretty much falls apart within the first few months. And I've worn this one just as much, if not more, and it's in better shape. So then I went and got myself another hoodie, and I don't remember where I got this from. It was some tie-dye place. Oh, there it is, Magic River. But they sell all tie-dye things. And first of all, I mean, this is okay. It's very soft. I could tell It was cheap. It's a bit thin. The tie-dye also looked better in the like photo, like display photo, and it looks really cool. And so I was excited, and then I got it and it was much lamer than the picture. So that was really disappointing, and I just decided to keep it because, I mean, it's not a horrible feel, but I do wish that the pattern and design and stuff had been cooler like it actually was in the photo. So again, that was another disappointing one. And then this crop top, I've seen this, I wanted this for probably a couple of years when I saw it because it looks like it's iridescent. It's really not, it's matte. But yeah, I wanted this crop top for a long time. Number one, it was really expensive. Number two, really, really cheap materials. I'll show you guys the proof. I don't even know. What is this? Probably like rayon, cotton. I don't know, just you could feel the difference between cotton and like a cheap material, and it looks okay. I'll use it, I'll go to the gym in it, whatever, but I wouldn't really recommend buying anything off their website. I feel like it's not worth it. You can just thrift better stuff, I feel like. And then, I don't know why I'm so into the tie-dye, I guess just like the patterns and stuff, but I got this super, super long maxi dress. It literally reaches almost the ground, and I'm like 5'5", 5'6", somewhere in there. So just for a height reference, this was Harem pants, I think. But anyways, I saw the lady in the ad wearing it, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I love it. Like, I worn it when it was cooler. It's long sleeved and it's got these big buttons, and I really enjoyed wearing it. But the thing is, the buttons are slightly off center, so it always kind of tilts to the side, almost like it was stitched together wrong. So that really sucked and took away from it because I feel like I had to keep tugging it back into place. And it's not that noticeable because you've got this busy ass pattern. And sometimes I do wonder if I just want to buy things because the model sort of like has my skin tone or kind of looks like me, because it's rarer to see models with, you know, your skin tone showing the clothing and like how it would look on you. And I think this is all like cotton too, so it was really comfortable. I feel like it attracted a lot of attention when I wore it though, so I mean, it is loud and it's very long. I feel like you don't see people wearing dresses or things that long. But anyways, I enjoyed it, but I was just starting to get disillusioned because I was like, some of these things I wanted for a really long time, and I finally bought them for myself. And then when I actually got them, they sucked, and I was disappointed. And I was like, dude, I spent so much money on that, and I could have got so much more at the thrift store for like 30 bucks. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like I'm really over buying new clothes unless it's absolutely a necessity, because I feel like with most things, besides like underwear and bras, I can find them at the thrift store eventually. And so yeah, that I believe is the end of my spiel. I hope you guys enjoyed this thrift haul. I'm sure I've talked your ear off, but anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.